Hello Gemini, and welcome to my channel, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is a work and career reading for Gemini from the 20th of August to the 3rd of September 2018. Don't forget to watch your moon and rising signs for a more complete picture. I've put the decks I'm using in the description box, and if you'd like a personal reading, I've put the details in the description box as well. So please don't forget to like, share and subscribe if these messages resonate with you. I'm just going to do a general energy reading, and then I will be doing the general tarot reading. So in the past it looks like you may have had a loss. Maybe there's been something that's been stolen from you, because it says theft, beware, protect your belongings. There's also been some sort of achievement and awards that have come your way, some sort of recognition that has come your way in the past. So in the present you've got taking some sort of trip. So maybe you're traveling for business reasons, but you are taking a trip, and there might be some unforeseen expenses that are going to come due to that trip. You've had to cultivate your self-belief and take responsibility for all your actions, and that is where you are at the moment. You're taking some sort of leadership position where you're having to believe in what you've done and taking responsibility for whatever actions you have been undertaking. So going into the future, it's taking a calculated risk and overstretched resources. So maybe this trip involves some sort of thing that you're having to do with your business, and that's taking a calculated risk, and it might mean that you're overspending a little bit because you've got overstretched resources. So there's unforeseen expenses and overstretched resources. Make sure that you are saving as much as you can, and try to have a good business plan. Try to have a good hold on your finances, because you don't want to end up with problems. You are taking some sort of risks, doing something new that you've never done before, and this trip has some sort of expense involved with it, and there's worrying that you are overstretching yourself. So maybe taking a trip you can't afford really at this particular moment, but it's something that is a necessity, and maybe it's a necessity for your work, for your business, and you need to do it in order to generate more finances at the end of the day. Okay. So I have shuffled this deck. I'm just going to cut it. So there's some sort of sacrifice that you have been needing to make, and it's left you feeling very financially. There's a lot of lack that you feel around you. You've had to ask for some sort of support. Maybe you've taken out a loan. You've got asked for some sort of financial help, and people have been giving it to you, but it's caused a lot of loss, a lot of financial loss around you. So feeling very, poor. Poverty seems to be the thing that is at play here. You've had to ask for people to give you money, and they have been there to support you financially, but it's whatever you've done has come at a cost. There has been some sort of sacrifice that you've needed to make for this work or this business that you have going. There seems to be a new position, a new job that has come in, a new offer of money. So something new is coming in at the moment for you. You are being assessed and evaluated. So people are deciding whether or not, maybe you needed to be evaluated, assessed for this new job that you've gotten, but is this something that you've wanted for a long time, and for you it's like a gift, and it's going to open up a lot of doors for you and bring you a lot of abundance. So you have been assessed for it, and maybe you've gone for a job interview, and people have been decided whether or not to choose you for that particular post. So that's what's going on at the moment. Maybe you've applied for a job and people are assessing you to decide whether or not they want to accept you in this post, and it is your dream job. It is something that you've been working towards and something that you want. You've done a lot of work towards it, so a lot of studying and education, going into things for the last year, been chained to your job, chained to a lot of paperwork. So maybe you've been doing a lot of studying, and this has led you to be, you've been working very hard, and you're very, very tired, and it's taken up a lot of your time. You spent a lot of time working on it, and with this judgment card, you've managed to leave behind the old situation that you have. You're moving now towards the future. So maybe you've had to study, and now you've qualified, and now it requires you to be working at this particular job. It's something that has a lot of skills that you have acquired in this last year. So maybe you graduated and now you're going into the workforce, and that is where you are at the moment. You're working very, very hard at it, and you are working now as a professional at this particular job that you're doing. And you're hoping, to get a lot of experience from whatever work you're doing at the moment. So you've started something new, or maybe you've just applying for something new, and you want to get a lot of experience and eventually become an expert at it. May go into further study, and you're willing to sacrifice all your time and effort to get to where you want. So you've come out of some sort of studying situation, and you're now going into the professional world. You've now applied for a new job. It seems like you're getting, you're being assessed for whether or not they want to give you this. It looks like you're going to get this job anyway, because this is a card where you do receive this new job. And it looks like going into the future, you'll be working as part of a team with a bunch of people, where you'll be building or working together. So whatever job you're doing now, you've come out of the studying situation. Maybe you've graduated and now you're getting a new job, and you will be working with a team of people. So you will get this new job that you are applying for at the moment, and it will involve working with a lot of people. So a lot of cooperation involved over here. You are starting something new. So you have just come out of studying, and you are going in towards something brand new. So maybe starting off in your workforce, there's still a lot of chaos going on around you, and you're still you're learning how to manage your time, but it is something new, and you're starting off quite enthusiastically doing it. So maybe it's your first job, something where it's the first time you're going in as a professional to do whatever you're doing. And there is further study that is going to be required with this job. You don't know everything just as yet, and if you need any information, you need to ask questions. Don't keep quiet and suffer in silence. You need to ask for help if you need any person to give you some sort of input. You've just finished some sort of cycle where you've been very, very hard at work, and you do need a rest from it, and you do realize you need to connect back with nature again. Take a break, because you've been very stressed out from whatever you've done, and you do need some sort of holiday, a short break, something that gets your juices pumping again. So you need to actually take some sort of break. And going into the future, you've got a debate, you've got perspective, and controlling. So you need to use your logic when you're making a decision at the moment. There might be something legal, something involving a lot of paperwork. Make sure you're reading all the facts, looking at everything. This is something that is very logical, very factual. Don't use your emotions or let your emotions cloud your judgment when you're making this particular decision. You've got to weigh the pros and cons, and make sure that you're choosing things based on logic rather than any kind of emotions. You have to also have a broader perspective, see things outside the box, open your mind, don't have any fears and doubts. This is the key to moving forward, that you are, be open to any kind of suggestion, open to anything new that comes in, and this will be the key. And don't have any doubts and worries about it. And if you're feeling stressed, take a step back, look at it from a different angle, and you will see the solution to your problem. You might be in a situation as well where, people are telling you what to do at the moment. So you might be quite junior at this particular moment, and you could be having like petty squabbles with the people that you work with. So be aware of that there is somebody that is going to be there overseeing you. So there is some sort of mentor kind of person over there. And if you have any problems, take it to that person to sort out your problems rather than trying to sort it out yourself. So whatever position you are in at the moment, you're starting out, and if you've got any problems, you take it to somebody who is bigger, higher, somebody who will be able to intervene for you rather than trying to sort out the problems yourself. So you looks like you are going to be getting a new job. Whatever interviewer you're going for, they are assessing you and they will give it to you. It looks like you are going to be working in a team, and this is something brand new for you. You're very enthusiastic about it. It is going to involve further studying, further information coming in over here, and eventually you want to achieve success, which you will. If you've got any problems working with the people that you're working with, make sure that you're taking it to somebody higher. And it is something that involves a lot of facts. Use your logic rather than using your emotions. So don't get emotionally upset when anything happens. Try to see it for what it is, that it is a job, and try and behave as professionally as possible. Make sure that also you're reading all paperwork or anything that needs to be signed. Don't get yourself involved into things without making sure you are reading or going through all the facts. And the cards from this fairy tarot is a brilliant success, the freedom to go in any direction, a journey that is now complete. So it looks like you have completed something, and it looks like it was something to do with education. So you have finished that cycle, and now you are going to move forward into what you want to do, because that phase is now finished. And also the 10 of Winter shows the ending of a phase as well, the resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of addiction or codependency. So you have come to an end of a cycle with the world, a major end. So you finished one part of your life, and now you're going to move into a new phase, a new cycle of your life. And maybe a new job, which is a new cycle. So maybe you've ended your studying and now you're going into the workforce and you're going to start something new. And the last one is the 8 of Spring, which says stress that comes from having many things happening at once, successful multitasking and sudden events or changes. So with the new job comes new stress. So you're going to be facing a new situation, and a lot of things going on because you're learning on this particular job. So it seems like you're starting on fresh and you're having to learn everything. There's always a learning curve associated with something new, and maybe that's what you're going through. So whatever stress that you're coming against, make sure that you're asking for advice. Ask questions. With this card of the intuition, which is also the High Priestess, you must ask for information in order to get it, because people will not give you information just like that. With the High Priestess, they tend to keep their mouths shut unless you ask them, and if you ask the right questions, they will give you the right information. So any help that you need to ask for it, and this is will get rid of any kind of stress that you might be facing or any kind of challenges, especially in a new situation. You need to learn the ropes, so make sure that you're asking, and people will appreciate if you ask, and they will help you. Because everybody likes enthusiastic people and people who ask questions. Nobody wants a know-it-all at the end of the day. They want people to learn. So make sure you're asking questions, and try and get some rest, de-stress from whatever you've come through. So I hope that this reading has resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment if it has. And thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Goodbye.